Hi, I'm Tricia Bear from the Culinary Command Post, and today I'm going to show you how to make homemade strawberry ice cream. So in order to make homemade strawberry ice cream, you need 3.5 cups of heavy cream, 2 cups of chopped strawberries, 1 can of condensed milk. I also put this Marzetti glaze in there for the strawberries to give it the extra flavor. About 1/8 cup of sugar and a cup of chopped pecans, and then for my topping we're going to use the cherries, the strawberry and hot fudge topping, and also the whipped cream with some sprinkles. So the first thing you need to do is or a stand mixer with about 1/8 cup of sugar, and you want to do that until it reaches a stiff peak. You can add more sugar, so if you like it sweeter than that, you can add more than just the 1/8 cup. So we're going to put in our 3.5 cups of heavy cream in the stand mixer. And then we're going to add in our sugar, which you can use 1/8 cup or 1/4 cup, just about depending on how sweet you want the ice cream. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in the sugar, and then we're going to mix it until it gets a stiff peak. A stiff peak is when you have it on the blade, have the heavy cream mixed up on the blade, and it stays standing, not just falls down, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so I'm going to kind of show you what I'm talking about when I say stiff peak. So it's still runny, so it's going to fall off your whisk. And so you want to keep mixing it until it has that stiff peak texture. Okay, see how it's still a little bit soft? It's falling off your spatula. So we're going to mix it a little bit longer to get it a little bit stiffer. Okay, so now we've mixed it just a few minutes, and as you can see, it's still staying on my spatula. So that's how you get it to be a stiff peak. That's what a stiff peak means. Once you get it to that consistency, fresh strawberries. It's 1 cup. 2 cups. And then we're going to also add in our condensed milk. So it's just the 1 14-ounce can of condensed milk. One can of condensed milk, and then I'm also going to add 1 cup of chopped pecans, and then I'm going to have a container of glaze for strawberries that you can get at Walmart. And I just add that to give it a little extra strawberry glaze flavor. Okay, and then I'm going to add the 1 cup of pecans that I had chopped up. Mix those together for a couple minutes. Okay, so you want to mix it just for a couple minutes. And then we're going to pour our ice cream into these containers. So first we're going to get them to freeze. And on these containers it has a fill line, so that's why we're not filling it too high, just to the fill line. And then we're going to put the rest in this bowl. And we're going to freeze it probably about 3 hours, and then we'll be ready to put it into our Ninja stand mixer. Alright, and we're going to put it into the freezer about 3 hours and make sure it's frozen before we actually put it into our mixer. Alright, now as you can see, it only takes a few ingredients to mix it up, and it's no preservatives, it's all natural, and it's super easy to make. Once it gets frozen and we've mixed it in our Ninja machine, ice cream machine, and then we're going to add our Cool Whip, our cherries, and our hot fudge and strawberry type topping with the sprinkles.